Normally, you want to record your own sound effects and music and ambient sounds for your own original works. But because access to good quality audio recorders is sometimes tricky, even in a normal semester, we often do have to rely on other people's recordings. In order to do that, there's some legal as well as ethical considerations we need to keep in mind. So, all the material in this course, all the images, photographs, animations that you're going to be creating have to be original. They have to be your own. The exception to this is using sound effects, ambient sound, and music. And for these purposes, there are some requirements. So first, these are all websites I want you to bookmark. Go to freesound, excuse me, freesound.org, and you can register for free, and then you log in. And I'll go ahead and do this. I've already got an account. And what you can do then is search for whatever sound you want. So let's do, let's try hawk. I don't know what I'm going to get, but let's find out. Now, it produces a bunch of sounds that have that somewhere as a tag. But what we're going to be doing is with freesound.org, we're only going to be using Creative Commons Zero sounds. So Creative Commons is a licensing method that's an alternative to traditional copyright. Traditionally, if you make something, it's copyrighted to you and nobody else can legally use it. Now, the hard part is proving it in a court of law that it is yours, but basically, if somebody makes something, you cannot use it. You cannot use it. It doesn't matter if it's an image, a sound, an icon, a font. If somebody makes it and they don't expressly say that you can use it, you can't use it. So with Creative Commons Zero, this is basically the same as public domain, which means you can remix it, you can do other kinds of things with it. In theory, you could actually download it and sell it, although that's considered sort of gauche, basically. So I just want to look under Creative Commons Zero Sounds, and I want you guys to stick to Creative Commons Zero Sounds on freesound.org. So we'll go to Creative Commons Zero, and we can listen to one of these. And let's see, okay, that's a red-shouldered hawk. At any rate, you can sort of see in these icons what the audio is going to look like. Higher pitches tend to be warmer colors, lower pitches are cooler colors. The waveform shows you the amplitude of it. So this looks like okay, that's an airplane, not actually a bird, but okay, that's fine. So let's say I find a sound in here that I want. I'll find something really short. Okay, none of these are actually hawks. Okay, here's another red-shouldered. We have them all over the place here. I was hoping for a red-tailed hawk, but that's fine. So I'll go ahead and click on that. And then I can download it. And you want to double check that it is, in fact, Creative Commons Zero. And download it. And then we can use that in our project. Now, when you use sounds that are not your own, I want you to credit them. So if you record your own music or your own sounds, that's fantastic. Just say that they're your own. If you use other people's sounds, that's also fine, but I want you to credit them, even if they're Creative Commons Zero. So here it shows me sounds that I've uploaded, which look at that. Isn't that crazy? I think I have more hits on the sound than I have on any artwork I've ever made. Anyway, you can go to your sounds downloaded and it categorizes them by date. And what you can do is you can just copy and paste this information right here along with the name of the text and paste it into a Word document or a text document. And that's enough for me. That way I can go back and double check on this and see that it does have that little zero there, which means that it's Creative Commons Zero, and we're good to go. All right, so Freesound is very good for sound effects. Sound effects are sort of short, brief things. Like here we have a little horn. Let's see if I can play this guy. Okay, so sound effects are very short. Then you have things that are a little bit longer, which are called ambient sounds. And this is sort of the sound of a space or of a place. So here I have thunder and lightning. This is a village. You can jump ahead. Just birds and bells. So ambient sounds are sounds that give you the sense of a space and an atmosphere. So freesound is also really good for ambient sounds, sounds that convey the sense of a place. Now, the other type of category of sound is music. So this is where CC Mixter and Free Music Archives are two other options. CC Mixter is a little bit of a weird place to try to search, but it's okay. So if you search here, and let's say I want music that's just sad, let's say sad, and I'll just play search, then it's going to show me all the sounds that have that kind of tag in it somewhere. So sometimes it's a little bit of a pain kind of finding what kind of sound you want on the site. I won't lie about that. So one thing I like going to are the editor's picks. Sometimes these are like really pretty good. And you can like jump to a sound and you can play it. And it gives you tags telling you a little bit about the sound, something about the music. Now here, this tells you the licensing. So it's CC by NC, which means non-commercial. So if you wanted to use this for an artwork that you're not going to be making money off of, you can do that. If you're going to be using it for an advertisement or something that you want to make make money off of, you couldn't use this. So you can do CC BY. CC BY just means you need to credit them. So you'd copy and paste it and you'd credit them. But if you plan on using it commercially, so making money off of it, you cannot use those sounds. Now for this class, you can use CC BY, NC. The only one you can't use is one that says ND. ND means no derivatives. And when you add music to other music, or when you add music to a video, that's considered a derivative. So if it says ND, you can't use it. But any of the other licenses should be fine. Free Music Archive is a little bit easier to search for, and I like this interface a little better, although they're not being supported anymore. So if I just type in sad into here again, I don't know why I'm looking for sad songs. Sad songs are the best. You can see that there's a licensing category. So when you go to licensing, you just want to check use and remix or video. So this will automatically include public domain sounds. It automatically unchecks commercial use, which is perfect. So this will give you a lot of options. If you're not planning on ever making money off of this, then you can check that too. But normally I just leave it at those two categories because you never know. And then if I just want, say, instrumental music, I could click on that. And then I have to search again. And now it shows me that I get 9 tracks. And so I could play one of these songs. Okay, there we go. And then I can click on the name of that song too. And there it shows me the licensing. So here it's by NC SA. So SA means that you have to share it alike. So anytime you use this song in a piece that you make, when you put that work online, you have to give it the same licensing. So that means other people can download your song and remix it and also share it. So it's very much a communally organized copyright system. If you don't like it, that's totally fine. You don't have to use it. You can record your own sounds. I'm not requiring you to use any of these sites. But if you do use them, you need to use them ethically and you need to use them legally. So we'll probably spend a little bit more time on Creative Commons licensing later on this semester, but for now, as long as it doesn't say ND, which means no derivatives, you can use it. Now, just to give you an example of one that's just ND, let me type in happy. Let's try that. And I'll try to find one that's maybe, nope. It's actually kind of weirdly hard to find no derivatives, or ones that are nope. Most people are pretty generous with their music, but there are occasionally songs on here that say ND. I'll try looking for one more. Nope. If it says ND, it means no derivatives. Those you cannot use for this class. So at any rate, once you do download one of these songs, same thing, you want to copy and paste this licensing information into a text document or into Word. Same thing with CC Mixter. You would copy and paste this, and that will include that link in there so I can go back and double check it. And that's all you need to do to credit this sound.